Few artists in modern music have commanded attention and adoration like Whitney Elizabeth Houston. Born in Newark, New Jersey, on August 9, 1963, Whitney emerged as a musical prodigy, whose voice would redefine contemporary pop and R&B. Known for her extraordinary vocal range, flawless technique, and emotive power, she became one of the most awarded and celebrated performers of her era. Whitney's story, however, is a complex tapestry of triumph and tragedy. From her early exposure to music through her illustrious family, to superstardom that shattered records and crossed cultural boundaries, and ultimately to a personal life marked by turmoil and addiction, Whitney's life serves as both inspiration and caution. This is the journey of Whitney Houston, the meteoric rise, the iconic artistry, and the heartbreaking decline that ended with her untimely death. Early life and musical foundations, 1963 to 1984. Whitney Houston was born into a family steeped in music and performance. Her mother, Cissy Houston, was a celebrated gospel singer, and her cousins included the legendary Dionne Warwick. Her godmother, Aretha Franklin, was another early influence. Growing up in Newark, Whitney was surrounded by gospel, soul, and R&B, performing in church choirs from the age of 7. Her parents encouraged both her musical education and her exposure to professional performance environments. By her teenage years, Whitney had already demonstrated prodigious vocal talent. She attended the Mount St. Dominic Academy in Caldwell, New Jersey, while simultaneously working as a model for Ford models, appearing in campaigns that foreshadowed her later celebrity status. During this period, she began performing as a background singer for established artists, including Chaka Khan and Lou Rawls, gaining first-hand experience in professional recording and touring. Whitney's early exposure to the recording industry proved pivotal. In 1983, she signed her first recording contract with Arista Records, managed by the legendary Clive Davis, who recognized her unique vocal ability and commercial potential. This partnership would shape the trajectory of her career and secure her place in music history. Breakthrough and global stardom, 1985 to 1992. Whitney Houston's self-titled debut album, released in February 1985, was a defining moment in contemporary music. Featuring tracks such as You Give Good Love, Saving All My Love for You, and How Will I Know, the album blended pop, R&B, and soul, showcasing Whitney's extraordinary vocal precision and emotional delivery. The record became both a commercial and critical success, eventually selling over 22 million copies worldwide. The follow-up, Whitney, 1987, cemented her status as a global superstar. Singles like I Wanna Dance with Somebody Who Loves Me and So Emotional dominated international charts, earning her multiple Grammy Awards and establishing her as a defining voice of the 1980s. Houston's performances combined technical brilliance with emotional resonance, connecting deeply with audiences. Whitney's influence extended beyond music charts. She broke racial barriers on MTV, becoming one of the first African-American female artists to achieve massive rotation on the network, setting the template for crossover appeal between R&B and mainstream pop. Her tours, including the 1987 to 1988 Moment of Truth World Tour, drew millions of fans, highlighting her global impact. In 1992, Whitney made a monumental transition into film with The Bodyguard, starring alongside Kevin Costner. The accompanying soundtrack featured I Will Always Love You, a rendition that became one of the best-selling singles of all time. The song won multiple Grammy Awards and became a cultural touchstone, reinforcing Whitney's legacy as both a vocalist and an entertainer. Personal struggles and professional challenges, 1993 to 2009. Despite her commercial success, Whitney's personal life began to show signs of strain in the early 1990s. In 1992, she married singer Bobby Brown, a union that profoundly impacted both her personal and professional life. The couple's relationship, marked by turbulence, public disputes, and substance use, became a focal point of media scrutiny. During this period, Whitney's public image shifted from icon to tabloid fixture. Reports of erratic behavior, legal disputes, and alleged drug use began to overshadow her professional achievements. Albums such as My Love Is Your Love, 1998, and Just Whitney, 2002, showcased her vocal resilience, but achieved mixed commercial success compared to her earlier groundbreaking work. Her struggles with addiction escalated in the 2000s, affecting her voice, stage presence, and public appearances. Concert cancellations and erratic behavior became increasingly common, prompting concern from family, friends, and fans alike. Yet Whitney remained an influential figure, inspiring countless contemporary artists, including Beyoncé, Mariah Carey, and Christina Aguilera, who cited her as a foundational influence in modern pop and R&B music. Throughout these years, Whitney's contributions to music, film, and culture remained indelible. She was awarded a record-setting 7 consecutive #1 singles on the Billboard Hot 100 from her first 2 albums, a feat unmatched at the time. Her impact extended into fashion, live performance standards, and global pop culture, influencing the structure and style of modern music videos and international tours. The Final Days and Enduring Legacy, 2010-present. By the late 2000s, Whitney Houston's health and personal life had deteriorated. Years of substance abuse, compounded by intense public scrutiny, culminated in a series of canceled performances and troubled appearances. On February 11, 2012, Whitney Houston was found dead in her suite at the Beverly Hilton Hotel in Beverly Hills, California, at the age of 48. The coroner's report cited accidental drowning, with heart disease and cocaine use listed as contributing factors. Her death sent shockwaves across the globe. Fans gathered for vigils, and media outlets extensively covered tributes. Posthumous releases, including compilation albums, live recordings, and documentaries, have preserved her artistry and provided insight into the human story behind the superstar. Whitney Houston's influence continues to resonate in contemporary music, with artists across genres citing her vocal technique, emotive performances, and ability to cross musical boundaries as foundational to their development. Her story underscores the pressures of fame, the vulnerabilities of artistic life, and the human cost of celebrity. Lessons and reflections. Whitney Houston's life embodies the interplay between prodigious talent, monumental success, and profound personal struggle. Her music transformed modern pop, R&B, and soul, leaving a legacy of innovation, emotion, and global influence. Yet her tragic downfall reminds society of the destructive potential of addiction, the relentless scrutiny faced by public figures, and the delicate balance required to sustain both personal well-being and professional achievement. Her story encourages reflection on the nature of fame, the responsibility of audiences and media, and the necessity of support systems for artists navigating immense pressure. Whitney's voice continues to inspire generations, not only through her songs, but also through the lessons her life imparts. How can society better protect its cultural icons from the dangers of fame and addiction? Should Whitney Houston be remembered primarily for her artistic achievements or for her personal struggles? What do you think? Her story can teach future generations about the balance between talent, fame, and personal well-being? Share your thoughts in the comments. Watch more interesting stories. Subscribe to our channel.